welcome to the 199th episode of AnimeCons TV. We're your source for reports on discussions on anime and other fan conventions. My name is Doug Wilder, and each month we spend one episode responding to your comments, emails, answering your questions, all sorts of stuff. And mailbag's a little light this month, but let's get started. First off, we've got a bunch of stuff on YouTube. On YouTube, Jono Voiceovers commented on our starting a convention episode. I want to meet Vic Mignogna, also a ball pit. What if Vic Mignogna was in a ball pit? LOL. Very informative video. Love the site. Love the vid. Keep up the awesome work. Well, Vic Mignogna in a ball pit would be a very interesting event for a convention. I don't know. A lot of people are scared of ball pits after all the DashCon stuff, but I also know Vic draws in a lot of people. So I think it would be a half and half, kind of yin and yang thing. But we'll see what happens. I don't know of any more conventions that are advertising genuine ball pits anytime soon, but people do seem to keep inviting Vic Mignogna to stuff, so I guess anything's possible. And of course, thank you for the positive words. That really does mean a lot to all of us. Angel-born Angie Kuroko finally got around to watching my 2011, wow, that's almost been 5 years, interview with Jim Kapastos. I don't care if it's not epic. I want to see the first ever AMV. She said that all in caps too, so stop you yelling. And I know a lot of people have commented on that, and unfortunately I haven't had a chance to check in with Jim to see about it. I think it's buried somewhere on animemusicvideos.org, but don't take that as fact. And it's out there somewhere. It's a lot of digging. Keep an eye on, maybe we'll find it, and keep an eye on our social media feeds, and we'll try and share that with you if we do find it anywhere. I mean, this is way back in the 80s, so it may have taken a while to transfer. This was done with 2 VCRs, whereas now everything's, easier to just rip a DVD or something like that. But unfortunately, we don't really have a definite source where to track down that. But if anybody does have it, by all means, and when I say you have it, legitimate source, please share it with us, because I know a lot of people do it, and we'd love to give Jim the credit that he deserves for kind of creating one of the staples of many conventions these days. Maddie responded to my Being a Nice Staffer episode and said, I've been attending cons for 5 years, and I might be joining staff finally this year. Most issues I've had with staff is how they weren't aware of locations of rooms, areas, as well as where attendees had to stand in line. AX last year started having more lines placed outside the convention hall at the bottom of the stairs. I'll try to take some of the issues I've personally dealt with and try to improve on that. No doubt I'll have to grapple with other issues that come, but I'll prepare the best I can. Definitely know where rooms are. If you're a new staffer to a convention and you've never been to the site, talk with other staffers. Sometimes they'll even do walkthroughs for new staffers to learn the lay of the land, and it's super important. If you have time the night before, review the program guides, look stuff up, really learn the lay of the land. And remember, once again, it's okay to say you don't know, but if nothing else, know where the information desk is, and that's where you can point people to. On Twitter, J.M. Bond responded to my Being a Nice Staffer episode saying, yes, thank you. It seems inevitable you run into someone being a jerk for no good reason. And again, staffing's a lot of hard work. If you're going to staff a convention in almost any capacity, be prepared to do work and take some time to be patient. And this is why taking breaks are super important. You got to give yourself a breather, and it'll refresh you and help you keep going and do a good job and leave a good impression for people attending conventions. Melissa McCummon had this to say about her LumaCon report. As an adult without kids who drove an hour to Petaluma for the show, I very much enjoyed it and can't wait for the next one. Your trip to Petaluma was a lot shorter than I did. I had to help Patrick T drive from Boston to Petaluma when he moved there, so I think he had a much better commute than me. We're glad to hear you had a good time at the con. Let us know if there's anything in particular you enjoyed about it. And in response to our tweet about social media episode and how we discussed that Instagram now allows you to easily switch between accounts, Anna Slover said, Life just got so much easier. I have needed this so badly since becoming social media director for Hamma Tweets. That's HamaCon. Now if only Tumblr could get on that. But I agree that it's definitely something that, everyone has their personal account for, most of social media. And then you have another one that you can switch into. It makes life so much easier. I love being able to do that on Twitter, actually, for my own personal account, as well as sometimes Patrick lets me control the Twitter for our AnimeCons TV stuff. So if you see something that's saying, hey, I'm at this convention, it might be, or you might see the AnimeCons TV saying that, it might be me, you never know. But it definitely makes life so much easier to do that. And as for Tumblr, yeah, that's a horse of another color. I know a lot of people are having challenges with Twitter's apps and everything. Unfortunately, I don't use Tumblr myself, but I know a lot of people are looking to it. So maybe nudge them and say that this is something that you want to see improved, because all social media platforms do take feedback seriously. Sometimes just look how you address it, but it's a way to respond. And on Instagram, well, nobody's really said anything yet, but hey, guess what, guys? We're on Instagram. So you can find us by searching AnimeCons TV, just like all our other stuff. It's all one word. Hopefully we'll be getting some more stuff there soon. Hopefully we can post some fun pictures when we go to cons and other things. So yeah, we're now on Instagram. Who knew? And now let's take a look at the anime conventions that are coming up through April 2016, as found on our website, animecons.com. Coming up on AnimeCons TV, Elizabeth will host a discussion on the recent Katsucon vandalism and why we can't have nice things. Patrick will be heading down to Steve Wozniak's new Silicon Valley Comic Con on March 18th through the 20th. We'll be returning to our home con of Anime Boston the weekend of March 25th through the 27th. And if you'll be at either of those cons, make sure you please say hi to us, say hello. We love running into fans. At Anime Boston, I'll probably be running around like crazy, so just a friendly hello definitely isn't. I know some of our staff is actually judging parts of the Masquerade this year, and Patrick, of course, will be doing some other events too with the game system. So we'll be all over the place at Anime Boston. And like I said, Silicon Valley Comic Con's another one to check out too. Always say hi. And as always, we didn't have any this month, but don't be afraid to leave us a voicemail. The number is 762-ADEQUATE. That's 762-233-7828. Did you know you can also text us at that number? You can let your emoji flow. I don't know what Pat means by that, but I'm just reading the script. You can also, of course, always email us at podcast@animeconstv.tv. And be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to us. We're on iTunes at itunes.animecons.tv, on YouTube at youtube.com/c/AnimeConsTV, or you just watch us on our good old website, animecons.tv. And you can also find us now on Twitter, Facebook, and once again, we're now on Instagram. We'll see you guys next month.
I'm in a noisy chair that sounds like